Shit. What up, you guys? Welcome to another episode of Gaming Got Me in the Feels by your boy Ham Solo 05 Gaming from here, the TSWS Gaming YouTube channel. And I tell you what, you guys, today's been something so far. Today's been something. To say that I'm surprised would be I don't even know exactly if I'm surprised. I mean, it seems like seems like every single time, no matter what, whether it's in Xbox's control or somebody else's control, we're always like, man, we're really looking forward to this. But there's a small opportunity that this can be shut down, that all this excitement can be shut down. And it was right away. Every single it's insane. It's insane how many knowledgeable sources. It's like this is going to happen. This is for sure going to happen. Everybody, fooled everybody. And it ain't happening. But hopefully everyone's having a good day so far. I see a lot of familiar faces in the chat. What's up, you guys? Sour Blow, John Wolf, Mr. Joanna Dark. I'm sure you're around here somewhere. Is it Pat Jaya? I'm still trying to get your name correct, bruh. Because if you've seen me do this show several times, I chop names all the freaking time. That's just what I do. But anyways, I'm here to talk today about the doom and gloom that seems to be Xbox. And today, you know what? I'm not really doing a whole lot of sharing of like screens and stuff that's going on. I'm just talking from the heart today. Today it's just from the heart. Kind of where I'm feeling, where I'm at. And I'm kind of curious as to where you guys are and how you guys are feeling about this whole situation that kind of is going on, for good or worse for Xbox. So what I mean is there's a lot to look forward to in the positive, but it seems that it's so easy to focus on the negative for Xbox because, I mean, hey, it seems very likely for many people that Xbox is going to fail some way or some form. As you see, Redfall was looking rough. People tried to mess with Hi-Fi Rush, even though that was BS. And now we have the CMA looking pretty rough towards Xbox when things looked so promising. But before you get super duper worried about what Xbox is doing, do keep this in mind. A few weeks, or actually like a week, we get Redfall. You might not be happy about the 30 FPS. But regardless, we get the game. That's a W. Whether you like it or not, it's a dub. And then just in a few weeks after that, like 4 weeks after that, maybe 5 max, Xbox Showcase. And Starfield Showcase. So something to definitely look forward to. There's going to be something dope there. And if you didn't think that they weren't prepared for something like this to happen and still have a showcase and whatnot, I think you'd be sadly mistaken. I mean, if there's one thing Xbox knows how to do, in my opinion, I could be wrong, but if there's one thing Xbox knows how to do, in my opinion, it's fail. They've failed at many things and tried to recover from it. And I think that, I mean, hell, they got as much money as they do, and they got plenty of smart people behind the scenes and whatnot. The thing that's hard for them is they just don't have the likeness of the community. So like it seems like it's hard for them to get in to people's like happy place or something like that. Always seems to be ruffling up some feathers, making some people mad, but hey, whatever. It's the business and they're a big dog and people like to knock out the big dog. So, if you've seen the tweet earlier from the CMA, I'm actually going to go back to it cuz this is kind of interesting. And why I say it's pretty interesting is because just their wording in my opinion was just kind of wild. It oh my goodness. So it seems, oh my goodness, why isn't any of this stuff working? There we go. Um it definitely seems like they were very very proud to have put down or turned down Xbox from being able to acquire this. So let me pull up the specific wording. Although I know some of you may have been like, "Oh man, I don't want to hear this again. This is already painful." But I'm sorry. I got to do it. I'm sorry. It really just is what it is. But let me see if pulling it up. So they look really proud when they say this, but they say we've prevented Microsoft from purchasing Activision over concerns the deal would damage competition in the cloud gaming market, leading to less innovation and choices for UK gamers. I really enjoyed what Paul Tassi actually had to say about that. Whether you love him, hate him, whatever. I believe he works for Bloomberg, but he had some interesting thoughts on it. So when I was reading his tweet, he says, and he's quote tweeting the very exact tweet that I just got done reading. He says, yes, cloud gaming, the 1.72 billion portion of a cheek notes $180 billion industry. That kind of tells you a little something. And then if you continue to read on his post, he also continues and says the size of the VR industry is 11 billion. LOL. Oh, and for people saying they're just being forward thinking about cloud gaming, the field of experts predicting a huge cloud surge also estimate VR will grow to 227 million, or excuse me, billion by 2029. He ain't buying it. What it sounds like is Paul, even Paul, which has been known to come out sometimes I mean, he kind of chooses who he's going to support. I mean, he's just a reporter or whatnot. But even from his messaging on Twitter, it sounds like he is not buying whatever the CMA is trying to sell right now. I mean, it sounds insane. You're really going out there out of $100 billion industry, you're protecting the 1.72 of it because it seems like Microsoft is ahead in something and they want to get something. I mean, Microsoft is ahead in like the smallest portion of gaming. And they're like, oh, that's bad. Right there. That right there. Nope. As much as people say, oh man, we don't care about cloud gaming right now. Oh yeah, it's not at the place that it needs to be. It could be, much better. Or like somebody like Loke saying, oh, I live in Mozambique. He lives in Mozambique, Africa. He doesn't want no cloud gaming stuff. Not a lot of people want any cloud gaming stuff. So to sit here and think that and then on top of it, Microsoft is given these 10 years deals not only to lower, to maybe lower tier services possibly, but also to like Nvidia, um, and also Nintendo. And it's like, dude, those are not small time people. When you tell them they can't do this deal, you're telling Nvidia that they can't have Call of Duty. You're telling Nintendo that they cannot have Call of Duty. How is that protecting competition? Out of curiosity, I'm just wondering, how the hell is that protecting competition by keeping something from the competition? I mean, they need to run it back, man. I don't really understand their logic. A lot of people are trying to piece it together. You even got people in the news like Paul Tassi out here just being like, what the hell are you talking about? It's it's insane. So my boy Mike Mullis, really great dude in the gaming community. He has a show every Tuesday. And original NLG podcast, really dope brother. He put down on Twitter, and you know what? I'm gonna have some fun. I'm gonna have some fun with Twitter today. I said I wasn't gonna share that much stuff, but you know what? Fuck it. Let's go. Let's see what Twitter's looking like today. Okay, so we're gonna do that. I just need to find the screen. There we go. Bam. All right, so you guys should be able to see that now. We don't care about the gameplay in the background today. Fuck it. Bam. Cool. So here we are on my Twitter. Mike Mullis, my boy, good guy. He says, "I bet they're pissed. Just lost a major game that was going to come with their service that could have driven growth because the CMA was concerned about Microsoft going to stifle cloud competition. Again, someone make the CMA make what the CMA did make sense. Boosteroid came out here and said, Boosteroid's team and our users disagree with the CMA's decision against Microsoft's purchase of Activision. Our position on the issue in is in the is in line with that of Microsoft President Brad Smith. We hope for a quick resolution to this question. So, I mean, you're not just stifling. So they're trying to prevent the, competition from being, one-sided or something, but you have other companies coming out and saying, "Dude, what the hell is this?" Boosteroid, I'm curious as if Nintendo has any sort of statement. Let me know in the chat. Has Nintendo spoke on this? Mr. Joanna Dark, I said what's up to you, and I didn't even know you weren't here. That's fantastic that you showed up, though, brother. I appreciate it. Takato, thank you so much. Casino? Good to see you. Cracked Lens. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys for coming in and checking out your boy. I'm over here, just talking from the heart right now. But yeah, I mean, it's something. It really is something. Like I'm waiting for this to make sense. All right, so let me see. Oh yeah, so I wanted to show you guys that Paul Tassi one that I was talking about. So, um, let me go back through. I can just go to my profile actually. All right, so yeah, this is the Paul Tassi one right here. In response to what he was talking about, he says, I mean, this person, Isaac Wolf, John Wolf's crazy cousin, says, I mean, it might not be big now, but what's to say that it won't be a massive part of the market 5 to 10 years from now? So what Isaac's pretty much saying is, who knows where cloud gaming could be? It could be crazy big in 5 to 10 years, which he's not wrong. It could be. He's not crazy for saying that, right? But Paul Tassi then responds and says, I do not expect the entire internet ecosystem in most large countries to be fixed enough to properly support that in 5 to 10 years. I mean, that's a lot to think about, bruh. That's a lot to think about. That's a lot of worldwide infrastructure construction. That's a lot. I just thought this answer right here was brilliant though. The size of the VR industry is 11 billion. LOL. Oh, and for people saying they're just being forward thinking about cloud gaming, the field of experts predicted a huge cloud surge. Almost estimate VR will grow to 227 billion by 2029. It's just bullshit. It's just bullshit. I don't buy it. I don't buy it. But oh man, that's something. That's something. So what's his name as well? Brad Smith earlier came out and said some stuff. Let's check out his account real quick. But you can tell that he is not happy. Not even slightly. Dang, even Sati and Adela out here retweeting. Man, look at what we got going on here, y'all. This is insanity. And like I said, this is like a month right before their this is just under a month from their showcase. The Xbox Starfield whatever showcase. Anyways, Brad Smith said, we remain fully committed to our acquisition with Activision Blizzard, and will appeal today's determination by the CMA. Here's our statement. Here, let me go down just a hair. Or I guess you can't see that. Whatever. I'll just bring this up. All right, so it says, we remain fully committed to this acquisition and will appeal the CMA's decision rejects a pragmatic path to address competition concerns and discourages technology innovation and investments in the United Kingdom. We have already signed contracts to make Activision Blizzard popular games available on 150 million more devices, and we remain committed to reinforcing those agreements. Though regulatory remedies, we're especially disappointed after lengthy deliberations. This decision appears to reflect a flawed understanding of the market and the way the relevant cloud technologies actually work. So, I mean, it's something. It's definitely something. This is something that'll be going on for probably the next. I mean, they're talking about 2024, bro. 2024. I mean, if you were excited for this thing to be over, I mean, it ain't even close yet, hon. It really isn't. And it sucks. My bro Matt. Oh no. Oh man, he had some crushing news this morning because he was working on something. He was working on a pretty dope video, and he pretty much had to scrap that sucker. That sucks. I mean, I made this thumbnail for this show let's see, around 2 a.m. this morning. 2 a.m. this morning. I had no idea that this was going to happen. I was literally going to have a show today talking about people dooming and glooming too much. And now it seems that a little bit of it is very much warranted and fair. You know, I mean, I can't be mad at somebody for dooming and glooming today, specifically today. I'm gonna give you guys that space today. You deserve it. If you want to honestly be frustrated, dooming and glooming and all that jazz, ain't nothing crazy about it. Today's the day. Today is your day to do that. It's fine. I know I ain't finna let this bother me though. I mean, the only thing that bothers me about this is that I'm gonna be talking about it for a while. Yet, we're still all gonna be sitting here every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, something to say about this stupid ass acquisition. I'm still very much looking forward to possibly, getting these games and stuff like that into Game Pass. That'd be dope. But man up, if they have to pack up and walk away from all of this, that would be a kick right in the dick. That would suck. All right. So let me go to the chat and see what you guys have been up to, what you guys have been saying. I've been completely ignoring you guys talking about all this BS that's been going on. And keep in mind, like I said, we're going to be talking about some other stuff as well, too, just briefly. I can only be on here for like another 15 minutes. And then I got to go help out the wife. And I actually have another podcast that I'm supposed to be on. I'm already ready for this podcasting day to be over so I can just sit, play video games. But let me be real for a second. The only game that I'm really kind of playing, there's only two. One of them is Ghostwire Tokyo right now, which is a really fun. It's just not like the game that I'm looking forward to playing. And then I'm also playing Metal Gear Solid 3 for the first time. And I can say that it's pretty fantastic, although the gameplay is very limited, is what it feels like. But yeah, I'm looking forward to Jedi Survivor. Friday at midnight, I'm gonna be there. Hopefully that's when they drop it. They don't do no 9 a.m. bullshit. I'm really highly anticipating that game. And that game will help me keep this BS that's going on with Activision Blizzard off of my mind, hopefully, because I ain't trying to think about it all weekend. And I tell you what, it's gonna be on every dang podcast. I'm just warming myself up right now, y'all. I really am. I'm just warming myself up right now because let's see. After today's podcast, tomorrow, luckily, I have a Behind Them Sticks episode. But on Friday, I got 2 shows. One with K Megan and then bullsitting. And then on Sunday, I'm probably going to have to talk about this all over again with my buddies Matt Likes Games and all of them over on the Game Drain channel, which is a totally separate channel from this one. I'm already exhausted. I felt like I was doing all this defending for Xbox last week, which was warranted in my opinion. I thought I did what I had to do. I did what I had to do. But this is gonna be a whole different choice of ammunition being tossed at us this weekend. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be absolutely wild. But all right, so Jason Portillo, thank you so much for coming through. I see him right here saying, I'm not sure if the CMA said that they don't think they can bring COD to Nintendo or something like that. Okay, I'm trying to catch up on some of this stuff, so I might not completely remember every single thing, but I do remember talking about Nintendo, and I'm not sure if you're right. Yeah, I'm not sure if they said anything either. So John Wolf also says CMA equals Microsoft can in no way, shape, or form have any advantage in the gaming space. Thank you. That's exactly what it seems. That's exactly what it seems. It's like, you're you're too big. You're too big of a company doing all this other stuff to possibly take on this this company right here, because what you're gonna do is gonna be super duper unfair. And to pull out cloud gaming as the reason because you couldn't find enough reasons throughout console gaming is wild. It's really wild. Um, let's see. Um, Back from the Dead says, sure, if everyone gets affordable fiber internet in every rural area in 5 to 10 years, at this point we can't even get upload speeds higher in small cities. Right, right. I lived in a small city before I lived here, man. We lived out in Leavenworth, Kansas. Like it's like 40 minutes away from Kansas City, but they had shit there. I was still 45 minutes to an hour away from a Wells Fargo. I mean that's how far out of town I'm saying I am when I was living out in Kansas. So, bro, like this stuff ain't just gonna happen overnight. And if you ever been to Kansas City and just drive around that town, it's like this thing ain't shit being fixed for 5 to 10 years. Half the damn city is looking hurt. You talking about 5 to 10 years just for internet? I don't know about that. I mean, they got some good internet in spots in Kansas City, but Google Fiber is the big deal in Kansas City, right? I used to have Google Fiber when I lived in Kansas City in the city. But once I moved out of this like city limits area, nah, not at all. Not at all. So like and that's just 30 minutes away from the city. Could you imagine being in the middle of fucking Kansas? In the middle of fucking Missouri? Hell, where my home state, Nebraska? Could you imagine being in Northwest Nebraska trying to play some cloud gaming? I tell you how that's going to work. Not good. And that's like not even the craziest like deficit like that's not even like the craziest state with like a deficit or anything like that. Like Nebraska's fairly good when it comes to when it comes to taking care of the people that live there. I can only imagine what internet and stuff like that, just being able to attain that kind of stuff would be like in like Arkansas, Mississippi. Let's just keep this in America before we go to jumping overseas and acting like we know all this other stuff about freaking whatever Czechoslovakia or something like that. I'm not gonna just bring up random countries I know zero about. I'm talking about some states just here in the United States that barely get, you know, upgraded. When's the last time you heard about the big booming upgrade of Mississippi? The big boom and upgrade of Arkansas. You know what I'm saying? New Mexico was re-innovating. like when have you heard this stuff? Just here in the States, we got internet issues. Like I just think it's wild. I just think it's wild. Anyways, back to it. Thank you, by the way. What was that casino that sent that last one? I believe. No, it was Back from the Dead. I'm sorry. Thank you so much, Back from the Dead, for saying that. That was a fantastic thought. Let's see. John Wolf says AT&T Discovery was messy as well, but it got done. Look like we are in for a console generation worth waiting. That's an interesting way to take it. I like how not messy that was, John. That was worded like a pro. Fantastic. And to be real, yeah. I mean, the CMA are tough. They're tough cookies. When we first heard about the CMA, talking with Microsoft, we thought it was skeptical. We thought just a few weeks ago, oh, maybe they kind of turned cheek and whatnot. They approved the console part, is what it seemed like, and now they made it seem real light too. Oh, we're just gonna look at the cloud gaming, and we're gonna be done with this in a couple weeks, and we'll let y'all go. It felt like Microsoft or something was like getting out of jail real quick. Like, oh, they finally got out of jail. They finally getting out of jail. Hell yeah, they getting out of jail. Just to find out that they going to a different jail. Oh my goodness, it's wild. Let's see. Continuing on, I want to get some more of these chats. Is it NOLA Origins? Yeah, I think it's NOLA Origins. So like New Orleans, Louisiana Origins. All right. So it says it okay for PlayStation to have 70% of the gaming market, but Xbox can't have 70% of a super small piece of gaming marketing. I mean, goodness gracious, fantastic. NOLA Origin, fantastic. I like that. So yeah, PlayStation can have this big old, they can have this plate with all the meat and the potatoes, the steak, they got all this other stuff. And then Xbox is like, yo, I'm trying to fill up my plate, and they give you that motherfucker hot dog. And they said, man, I don't know about that hot dog, bro. That's looking a little. Looks like you're gonna make some people really jealous around here with that thing. And PlayStation over there with a fat ass steak just chilling. It's like, bro, come on. What do you really need to know that they're gonna be able to not screw other people over? Because that's what the bottom line is, right? It's keeping competition fair. I'm trying to figure out what part of this is specifically fair. I forgot. Yo, so Alex from Digital Foundry, pretty dope dude. I'll be interviewing him sometime down the line. We've actually definitely had some talks and whatnot about it. But I thought it was really interesting what he said earlier. And let me check that out. He says, I guess I love this statement, right? He said, I guess all the good intellectual property like Hexen from Activision will never see the light of day. Back to the Call of Duty mines for you all. Whip crack. I was just like, God damn, this dude ain't kidding. He ain't kidding. That's rough. But anyways, back over here, seeing what's going on with you guys. Jason Portillo again says, depends on the other regulators' decision. Also, they can run independently in the UK, I hear. Okay, so he's probably okay. Okay, and then John Wolf says, CMA, we'd rather you make contacts with third parties that is illegally keeping content from other platforms. We don't support other players taking any market away from PlayStation, which we love, by the way. You messy. All right. You said the last statement you said, John, was fantastic, but that one right there, that was messy. That was messy. Sour Blow says you should see our thumbnail, LOL. And I'm not taking it down. Okay. Let's actually go check it out. Let's check it out. We got 20 people watching. Let's check it out. Look at, you see, I just type in X and then bam, you guys pop up. This is what you were talking about? Woohoo! Right? ABK deal is a wrap. Yeah, it's a wrap something. It's something. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you did that. But yeah, you ain't changing it, I guess. That's fantastic. That's funny, Sour Blow. Very funny. Happy to show that off. All right. John Wolf comes through again and says, when you have 70 billion to invest, there cannot be doom and gloom. Okay, so you can't purchase ABK, purchase the COD IP and all the devs. Ooh, that'd be interesting. That'd be cool. That'd be wild, right? That's interesting. I'm sitting here just picturing that in my head and how that would go. I mean, that sounds wild. A casino says, want to know what's crazy? CMA blocking this due to concerns for cloud, but blocking this actually blocks cloud providers like Nvidia can't make this right. I said that at the beginning of the conversation earlier, Casino. You nailed it. You nailed it. What's up? I see 23 people up in here watching. We only got 10 likes. Let's double that. Let's double that. Hit that like button for your boy Ham Solo. I'd be much appreciative of that. Thank you so much. But anyways, yeah, I mean that's fantastic. So yeah, exactly. This is supposed to be about competition concerns for cloud gaming, but blocking this deal blocks people like Nvidia that were looking to get Call of Duty for so long. And now they're back at square one. They still haven't got it. They got no deal with it. Nintendo looking to get Call of Duty. Can't get it now. I mean, yeah, let's keep Boosteroid or Ubitus or all these other things out of here. Let's talk about the big dogs, right? Nintendo and Nvidia. They can't have it. That's wild. I mean, it's shocking. Yeah, Dark Artemis. He says, "What's up, Ham? What up, Dark Artemis? I appreciate you for coming through today. Hopefully, Burning Shores is treating you right. Back from the dead says, at this point, if it doesn't go through, take the money and start buying timed exclusive. Apparently, that's okay to pay devs to exclude other platforms. I mean, it's an interesting time. It's an interesting time. I'm not sure exactly if that's the next move for Microsoft, but hey, this is an interesting moment in gaming to see, just because depending on how this develops is possibly, I mean, let's be real, a good chunk of the future of gaming. Let's see. Mr. Joanna Dark says, TSWS, you playing on Xbox or PS2 Metal Gear Solid 3? I'm playing it on PS3 through the collection, HD collection. And it's something. It looks great. The story seems really good, but the gameplay is, I mean, holding square and letting it go to shoot is something. I tell you that much. But continuing on, Back from the Dead also says at this point, okay, yeah, I already read that. Decado says, I said it a while back, geopolitical countries want a feather in their cap called Microsoft. Had nothing to do with the gaming industry and everything to do with politics. Expect the same from the FTC. That's a very, very good point. And I did kind of bring that up a little bit earlier. I said, you know what? They if you look at just the way they wrote what they wrote, Like, here, I'll just use that because of course, somebody gonna come in and laugh, right? But just look at the way they wrote this statement. It is very proud. It is very, very proud. This had nothing to do with gaming, in my opinion. Just look at the way they wrote this statement. They are very proud. We've prevented, like, we went out there and got them, you guys. We prevented Microsoft from purchasing Activision over concerns. We prevented it. We stopped that train that had no brakes. We stopped it. We did it. I mean, it didn't really seem like it was for the care of the people. It really just seemed like it was just, some mudslinging going on. CMA got, they got cornered in the console piece, and this was their way to get back. They didn't like looking funny. They didn't like looking wrong. It was something. Jeremy Brown, what's up? What's up? Let's see. Man, back from the dead. You are outside today. He also says, in my area, AT&T tried to sell me dial up. They're so far behind. I had to go with Spectrum as the only reliable ISP, which I already know what Spectrum is, bro, and I'm sorry. I know what Spectrum is. We had Spectrum back, or we have Spectrum back in Nebraska, where I'm from, so I know exactly what that is. And having that as the only reliable source, hopefully you got it while it was on a special. I'll tell you that much. I hope you got it while it was on a special, because I know sometimes these cable companies, they be taxing people for this internet. Like Comcast, when I lived in Denver, I was paying like $150 for some internet, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" I'm over here now paying like 50 bones, 60 bones for some internet, but 150. And then I had to, and then I had a limit. I had a limit. So like if I hit a specific limit, then I had to pay extra. Like the internet in Denver was criminal, and in my opinion, it was criminal. But anyways, I see exactly what you're saying. Back from the dead. Let's see. Shinrock's Sound Gaming said it's change time. Not exactly what you're referring to, or if you're saying it's time for a change. Dakota also says Suddenlink has terrible service here. Jeremy Brown, deals not dead or blocked yet, and that's correct, because they're like refiling or doing whatever that's called, to get things fixed up and whatnot. It's insane. It's insane. I'm gonna read a few more of these, you guys, and then I gotta get going, unfortunately. But I mean, look at the turnout today. 24 people. Of course, there's 24 people out here for the doom and gloom of Xbox, and it seems like that's the most popular thing. I know a lot of people that are here today. You guys are honest watchers, but I know there's several people, I'm sure, that are watching this that are not in the chat right now, that are just here for the doom and gloom, the frustration, the tears or whatever, right? I mean, this is very frustrating. This is very frustrating. I'm not going to lie to you. It is. But I want those of you out there that are looking at this in doom and gloom, or frustrated, or thinking Xbox can't get a win, relax. Remember, we got a showcase right around the corner. We got a game coming out here in just like a week. We also got one of the biggest games that we've been looking forward to for a hot minute coming out in just a few months. So there's a lot of things to look forward to. This is just a very expected cloud that we're seeing now. Well, I mean, it's a cloudy day. It is what it is. But I wouldn't let it drive you insane at all. This is not this is not our concern as gamers, really. We need to just keep playing games and having a good ass time. Microsoft will do Microsoft things. Sony will do Sony things. We don't have any control of it. We can just watch and give our points of view and whatever. But Microsoft ain't going nowhere as a business. And neither is Sony. Neither is Nintendo. None of these game services are just gonna pick up and pack up just because, as crazy as it sounds, a big ass deal like this falls through. If a big ass deal like this falls through, I still think Microsoft easily stays in gaming, no problem. And why I say that is because there's just too much money in it. Microsoft's not going to walk away from all that money. They're going to fight tooth and nail until they win at something. It's insane seeming, but it is what it is. Oh my goodness. Well, I wish I could get to more of you guys' chat, but I gotta respect the person I told that I would be on their show and whatnot. So I am going to get ready to get moving. But like I said, keep in mind, look towards the positive stuff that's going on. Redfall, hopefully that gets that 60 FPS patch sooner than later for console gamers. But if you have a PC or if you just don't even care, I mean, that game's. I mean, let's look at that game for a quick second. It's still going to be the most played arcane game of all time, in my opinion. It really is. It's going to be the most played arcane game of all time, 30 FPS or not. So keep an eye out for that, the showcase, and all the other stuff. Thank you guys so much for coming out. It's your boy Ham Solo 05 Gaming here with you on Gaming Got Me in the Feels on my TSWS Gaming YouTube channel. Thank you so much, you guys, for showing up. You guys be easy out there. And as I always say at the end of every show of my own, make sure that y'all are keeping it gaming or keeping it moving. Peace out.